went home, hung out, chilled with my son. Took a trip to Costa Rica. That was good. It was real cool.
You feel like it was kind of, what was it, how much did you think about the game? Or did you try not to think about kind of the season and kind of how that went? What's your mind like when you're trying to decompress with your
I take losses pretty hard, no matter what losses, and especially like when you get that close. So I didn't really talk to too many people. My mom knows how I am. So I think I talked to my agent for a month and talked to my mom for probably like a week. Everybody was just kind of out for a little bit, but then I get back and everything's all good.
How often do you usually talk to your mom?
Every day, yeah. That's my dog.
Did she know that you needed your time?
Yeah, she doesn't even try to talk to me after stuff like she doesn't. Me and her are very similar. We don't talk to each other after losses, but me and her really always talk about leaving it all out there on the field. That's something her and my dad's always preached to me since I was a kid. Just demeanor and how you play the game. And if you leave it all out there on the field, you really don't have anything to be ashamed about. You're a natural competitor. You're gonna be pissed, but to be ashamed about is hard to do.
Is there anything that hung with you?
No, not really. No, not in any particular play. It's nothing that maybe you always feel like yourself you could have done more. But if I go back and scan over the game, you can't really say, oh, one play killed us or this, that, and the third killed us. It was just, it was a good game. It was a good game, and they came out on top. Yeah.
It's all about moving forward.
Yeah.
That. And does it give you hope and make you feel good, positive vibes that the organization's done what it's done to try and get back?
Yeah, it shows they care about winning. I think we came in here, we took care of business last year, made them believe in us a little bit more, and they believe. They just gonna go out there and keep getting players for us to win and guys for us to go do a good job. So it means a lot, just to see them pour into it and show us how important it is to them as well.
Defense bringing most of the guys back, and
yeah.
some new guys in the draft. What do you see as the strength of the defense right now?
I'd probably say competitiveness. I wouldn't say a position group. I'd say everybody's pretty competitive and everybody wants to get better. You got the back end guys, they're all out there doing footwork drills right now, things like that together. The D-line guys are pretty tight. You're going to go to the game later together. Just everybody within their groups really competitive, and they're really tight, close-knit. Everybody's in group chats together. Everybody's always talking.
Big thing Lou stressed was the versatility. Do you get excited seeing, all right, let's see how many different things this defense can do this season? Yeah,
there's a lot of smart guys in the room, a lot of guys who are eager to learn. We got a young group, so that means not many people stuck in their ways. Everybody's eager to learn and want to do things to help the team. That means a lot. I've been just around situations where, guys a little bit older, it's hard to just ask them to adjust all the time. And, it means a lot. These young guys are super athletic, and they're very, very smart. And just, they're like little dogs. They're just ready to learn, all of them. Everybody's just wide open.
DJ, Larry was a very productive player for
yes.
you guys last year. Who do you anticipate kind of stepping up, obviously behind BJ in your group? You get to work in practice with those guys all the time. Who's one player that maybe big steps up and helps you guys out?
We just get Big T along. We got Tyler. We got Josh. BJ's going to do his thing. Cam's a very versatile player for us. He can go inside, outside. Got the rookies coming in, so excited to see what those guys are about. I've watched their little draft highlight they put up, so I've seen those guys. I'm excited to see what they can do.
How hard is it for you when you become such good friends with Larry?
Yeah.
And you see what happened to him in free agency. How hard is it to watch that happen to somebody who's your friend? And did you reach out to him or?
Yeah, me and Larry talk to each other all the time. We're actually doing a gala back home in June, but it's a very, very unfortunate situation. It's one of those situations where you think your life's going to change, and boy, does your life change just now. So, me and him talk. We pray together. We talk to each other. He knows I always have his back, and I'm just praying for him. That's one of my good friends. I've watched him grow as a player, and it was very unfortunate that situation happened. It's just that when I saw it, it really pissed me off. But you can't really comment on it.
How is he doing?
He's doing well. He's always in high spirits. He's not somebody that you can break with something like that. He's in high spirits, and me and him are always talking back and forth.
Just kind of a reminder of the businesses.
Business is cutthroat, and everybody doesn't do it the same way. Everybody doesn't go about handling business the same way, and you got to take that in perspective at all times. And unfortunately, that's the way you learn it. Because like I said, that's life-changing money, and then for that to be just snatched away it's rough.
You were hurt for a year and then came back and had the season that you had. Do you consider yourself one of the leaders
of the defense now?
I try to lead by example. I got a lot of young guys that I look up to, and I'm pretty fiery on game day, so they like my little pregame speeches. Yeah, I try to go out there and make sure I'm going as hard as I can so that they see I'm not just talking about it, I'm going to be about it too.
But you're not, you feel like you're in a position where you can get in people's faces?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those are my guys. Those are my brothers. So, I feel like you're always in that position. I feel like those guys in there, we respect each other. If they need to get in my face for some reason, then I feel like everybody on our team should be in that position. But, yeah, I think they respect that about me. I'm not just going to talk about them and go out there and give them real game. I'm not even – and if you're getting yelled at by somebody else, I might be the one loving you up at that moment. That might be what you need. So I try to make sure I'm there for everything.
How much are you looking forward to Thursday? The schedule comes out and where you're going to, who you're going to play, but you don't know when and where and, what day and time. And
oh, man.
Is it crazy?
No, you just told me. I just, week to week, whoever's out there. It's just, I definitely watch the film and everything like that, but just knowing, like, oh, we got to play them this time, then this time. Week to week, I'm out there for whatever opponent we got, and I'm just excited about it.
Do you have some memorable battles with Ted Karras that stand out?
Oh, man. No, I can't think of any just off the top of my head. I told you, week to week, it just rolls around so fast. But I definitely remember going against him and just like him as a player, being a tough guy, very smart, athletic. He moves around very well. Whenever you got a center that can kind of command the offense and knows the offense in and out, helps you a lot more.
You looking forward to some fresh blood?
Oh, man, it's just – I'm looking forward to some battles. We got some guys over there now and just some guys who I've, obviously played against around the league. And, I'm not really looking forward to being in a 3 technique and AL coming down that double team, pushing my hip or anything like that. But, it's a couple things I'm looking forward to. So I'm excited to get out there and compete, though.
Another player that you're pretty close with is Jesse Bates.
Yeah.
You obviously shared just how important you were to him last year, getting him through kind of that slump. How much you talk to Jesse, and what are you saying to him kind of through this process?
I talk to Jesse twice, 3 times a week. And just, just staying true to yourself. I understand the situation. I understand what's going on. Again, it's a part of business, and all parties got to take care of themselves. I want him to be here. I obviously want him to get paid. That's my dog. But I keep telling him that those fruits are going to come. He's put in the labor. He's put in the work. And those fruits are going to come, whether, it's here or somewhere else. And, I love it, would love him to be here. I don't want him anywhere else. But I know that his hard work is always going to pay off. So I try to make sure I keep his head up about just the work that he's put in this league, and let him know that hasn't gone unnoticed by anybody. Everybody out there can see it.
Do you feel like he's in good spirits? Obviously, we saw last week that he wasn't in town here, but just how is he doing mentally?
I think he's in good spirits, but, nobody, I wouldn't say, wants to be played with, but nobody, when you've done something, you feel like you've put that work in, you want to be rewarded for it. I feel like, what he did in the playoffs it spoke for itself. That much of a leader and through the middle, and somebody who comes up and he plays in big games. He's out there, and I think he pressed a little bit last year as a player, but I think the way he ended the year just spoke volumes to who he is as a person and pressed through. He didn't come out here, he didn't complain. So, I love him, love that guy.
Everybody takes notice of this offense with Joe, T, and Jamar, but do you think people are going to take as much note of the defense going forward in this year?
I don't know, maybe. I don't care. I'm telling you, you come out there to practice, you watch how we compete, how those guys work. Those offensive guys are great, and I see why they take notice of them. I'm amazed on the sideline. But we know they're going to do their thing. We compete against them every day. We know that. But, when camp gets rolling around, you're all out there practicing, you see how the guys act, you see how competitive we are, we know we're good. We know how we feel about each other. So, the guys love it. The guys want to fly around. We're going to make plays, and I don't really care if anybody on the outside notices it. I'd rather them not, and then roll into Cincinnati and the Paul Brown on Sundays and then get thumped in the mouth.
To that point, to that point though, training camp was big for the defense last year because a lot of guys, I think including yourself, said going up against Joe and T and Jamar and everybody on the offense early gave us a lot of confidence that we could be special. Yeah,
we felt the way about each other. I think we don't have very many egos in our room. None of the older guys are scared to help the younger guys. There's no real beef. There's everybody out there competing. Groups 1 through 3, 1 through 4. How many ever groups out there, and everybody's excited for each other. We sit on the sidelines, like you said, and watch all the plays. So just competing against that offense is going to make us better naturally. And they're the same way. They're super competitive on that end. Led by number 9, he's really competitive. And you got those young guys out there, receiver, our big ass running back. It's just all those guys, man. They're all really, really competitive.
Why Costa Rica? Why Costa Rica? And were you recognized as a Super Bowl star?
No, I wasn't recognized. But Costa Rica, they got really good street chicken. If you know anything about Costa Rica, it's fire. But just to get away, experience things. I like Costa Rica. I enjoy it. This will be my 3rd time. That was my 3rd time going. Just kind of like it, just when you land, the ride to wherever your resort is, things like that, going outside, doing the activities. They got 4-wheel and zip line and all that stuff, so just enjoyed it.
You guys did such a great job with a chip on your shoulder, kind of coming together as kind of the underdogs. How do you run that back? How do you get that chip back? How do you get that?
I mean, the only people talking about us is y'all. Like, nobody else really saying much. So we still got the chip. There's not like there's a lot of super respect out there about it. I think just that's just the nature of these guys in this city and got people, around us who push us every day, the fans, everything. Everything about this team makes you have a chip on your shoulder and want to be blue collar and go out there and earn it. So I think that's just what we embody as the players.
You've been around this league for a while and been on different types of teams. Did you learn anything about how you can win in this league through last year? That it maybe something that just kind of you saw by the way you won?
I think over the first 4 years of my career, I witnessed a lot of games that in situations we were in last year that we would have lost. I won a lot of games, won my division 3 times out of the 4 years there. But just games that I've lost, I'm like, how we let it slip away. Even last year, we lost some games that you're like, how did it slip away? But it's the consistency of everybody knowing we're going to make that next play or knowing the situation or knowing what's going on. I think that means a lot. Everybody's aware of situational football, what time of the game it is, what's the down and distance, how much time are we bleeding the clock, are we in 4-minute mode, are they in 4-minute mode, do we got to get the ball back? All those things that we talk about every day, they come up, and people who don't talk about them, they don't think they're going to come up, but they do. They always do. And I think we do a good job of focusing on those details. When it's time to execute, we all execute it.
Where does that come from? Is that coaches harping on it? Is that you guys as a team focusing on it? Where do you think that came from most that made you guys so good at that?
I think a lot of coaches harping on it and then a lot of practice. We might have messed up one at the beginning of the year, but we went over it. We watched it. We see what's going on, and all the guys understand how important it is. It's sideline prep. If it's something like, you're going out there in the 4-minute mode, coaches talk about it before the sideline. That helps. Just any reminder, just guys knowing that that's what we're doing. That's what we got to do. Nobody's out there in a panic, but everybody knows that's what we got to do. That's the goal of what we got going on, and that goes a long way.
You know how good Deshaun is, if anybody. How much better did the Browns get?
I think they got a lot better. He's a really competitive player, really good player. What Coach Sweeney said, he was like Michael Jordan that one time. And, I think he's a really good guy. That's my brother. I love Deshaun. He's made some special memories for me as a player, just watching him, being on the other side of the defense. I've been blessed to play with some good quarterbacks as of late. So it's been pretty good for me.
It might have been just something you mentioned offhand, like you said, lining up in the 3-tech in training camp. Is that something you could do more this season? Is that some? Maybe.
If they need me to, I guess. I don't make those calls. I just kind of go out there and play. But if they need me to, yeah, I can get out there and get a little jiggy. That's all right.
Are you surprised that, going back to talking about the chip and the Browns specifically, are you surprised that they're the betting favorites to win the division after y'all won it last year?
Nah, I don't know. I watched a couple UFC fights this weekend. Vegas gets it wrong sometimes, too. They win most of the time. They're a house, but they get it wrong a lot of times, too. So, it's just not, who cares? It seems like it goes through us right now. So until somebody comes and take it from us, I'm going to be confident in us.
When you're coming off the Super Bowl run, there's going to be a lot of hype around your team. I know you weren't aware of the schedule release or really cared about it, it seemed like. But do you guys get excited about playing in prime time? It seems like when this comes out, you guys are going to have a lot of prime time.
Oh, yeah. Everybody, you got to show up for prime time. If you're not excited about that, oh, come on, man. What are you playing for? So, some primetime games is going to be amazing. And the world will be on notice. So maybe we won't be picked to be last in our division after we win it next time. So, everybody just be on notice, and we'll be able to go out there and play. We got guys who are ready. I think a lot of people are ready to play in that primetime slot. We're a fun team. A A lot of guys have fun out there. A lot of scoring going on, big plays made, and we enjoy that.